Good morning, students. Students, today we are going to start the next lesson, periodic classification. So, from the name itself, you can understand we are going to classify something, isn't it? So, chemistry, what we are going to classify? We are going to classify the elements. Botany, zoology, everywhere you meet land, isn't it? Some classification. In botany, different types of plants based on the families we are classifying, isn't it? Like that, here also we are going to classify the elements. Okay, so the systematic arrangement of elements according to their properties. What properties means? According to their physical and chemical properties, we are also going to classify the elements. Okay, students, so what is periodic classification? Periodic classification is the systematic arrangement of elements according to their physical and chemical properties. See, students, if we go to library, everything is arranged, isn't it? If it is not arranged and dumped in a place, whether we can find which book we need, it is very difficult to find the book which we need, isn't it? But when it is arranged in the proper way, it is very easy for us to find out the book that we need, isn't it? Likewise, here also the scientist thought that the elements should be arranged so that it is easy for understanding and to find the properties of their elements. Okay, so different scientists, they put their efforts to classify the elements. Okay, so now the present table contains 118 elements and it was proposed by Moseley. That what we follow now. Okay, so let us study how they have classified the beginning of the periodic table. Okay, so see here, first there was only 31 elements. In year 1865, the number changed into 63, and so far now our present periodic table contains 118 elements. So the present periodic table contains how many elements? 118 elements. Okay, now we can study the classifications. So I said many scientists tried. These are some. First one is Lavoisier. He classified the elements into two categories, that is metals and non-metals. His classification contains two tables that are two columns, and he classified, because at his time only 8 elements were there, and he classified 5 as metal and 3 as non-metals. Later on, Dauberner's period, in his periods, his classification, he named it as triads. Okay, but it is not succeeded. The next one followed by Newland, his classification is called as law of octaves. The next one, Mendeleev we call as pioneer of periodic table. He only led the foundation of the periodic table, which we follow now, was formulated from his periodic table. Okay, so Mendeleev's periodic table can be called as, Mendeleev can be called as the pioneer of periodic table, and the present table was proposed by Moseley. Mendeleev followed the basic, that is, the classification is based on atomic mass. Moseley classification is based on atomic number. Atomic mass means what? Already we studied what is atomic mass. Atomic mass means the total number of protons and neutrons present in the nucleus of atoms. Okay, so Mendeleev followed atomic mass. Moseley followed the atomic number. Atomic number stands for what? The total number of protons or total number of electrons present in the periodic table. Okay, students, first we can learn what is triads. So, triads. So the first classification what we are going to learn is triads. It was formulated by Dauberner in the year 1817. Okay, this classification was put forward by Dauberner in the year 1817. His classification is based on relative atomic mass. His classification is based on what? Relative atomic mass. He arranged the elements into groups as triads. He arranged the elements into group as triads. Okay, he arranged all the elements into groups, and each groups contain 3 elements. Tri means what? 3. Okay, hence the classification also called as triads. Okay, so he arranged the elements into groups. Okay, and his classification totally contains 3 groups. Each groups contain 3 elements. Each groups contain 3 elements. You can see here lithium, sodium, potassium. Okay, and he called these 3 elements as this first group as first triad, second group as second triads. Okay, well, students, one more time, it was proposed by Doberer in the year 1817. So this classification is based on relative atomic mass. He is classified all the elements into groups, and each group contains 3 elements. Hence the classification name also called as triads. Okay, and he arranged in the ascending order. The atomic mass was arranged in the ascending order. Okay, he arranged the atomic mass into the ascending order. Based on ascending order, he arranged the elements. Okay, and his classification contains a peculiarity. See students, here first element is what? Lithium with the atomic mass 6.9, sodium with 23, and potassium with 39.1. If we take the arithmetic mean of first element and third element, we will get the atomic mass of the second element. See here, 6.9 plus 39.1, when we add, we will get it to what? 46. When we divide it by 2, we will get what? 23. It is the atomic mass of which one? Sodium. Similarly, the next group, what is that? Chlorine, bromine, iodine. And you add the atomic mass of chlorine and iodine, we will get the arithmetic mean, that is 79.9. That's the middle value. Okay, like that he could able to follow, or he could able to arrange only 3 groups. Okay, third group is calcium, strontium, barium. Okay, first group contains 3 elements, that is lithium, sodium, potassium. Second one chlorine, bromine, iodine, and the third one calcium, strontium, barium. Okay, and here also he have the same properties, lithium, sodium, potassium, chlorine, bromine, iodine are halogens. Like that he could able to do only 3 triads. Okay, later on so many elements were discovered and he couldn't able to follow the same for the upcoming elements. So he couldn't able to do that and he is not succeeded. Okay, Doberer could able to do only 3 triads from the elements known. Okay, at that time. Okay, at his time only this much elements were there, and he couldn't able to extend the classification for further new upcoming elements. So he couldn't able to follow that and he is not succeeded. This is about what? The Doberer's classification, that is called as what? Triads. Students, the next classification is law of octaves. The next classification is law of octaves. It was proposed by the scientist Newland in the year 1866. The full name of the scientist is John Newland. He only formulated this in the year 1866. And his table contains totally 56 known elements. At that time, only 56 elements are there. With that element, he framed this law of octaves. Triads means first, triads has one peculiarity, isn't it? First one and third element, when we add and take the arithmetic, we will get the second element atomic mass. Like that here also, a peculiarity is there, that is his 8th element and the first element, or the first element and the 8th element has same properties. Like that he arranged. Okay, the first element and the 8th element has same properties, that is like Indian music. Okay, so Newland observed that each element had same properties, that is first element and 8th element has same properties. So he framed like Indian music. See, Indian music has what? The Indian music system, isn't it? Octave means 8. So from this you can understand that first element and the 8th element will have same properties. Okay, and his table totally contains how many elements? 56 elements. See here, sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa. Here first one and 8th one have same, isn't it? First one and 8th one is same. Like that he framed the first one, that is hydrogen, has the same property that of the fluorine. If we take this as the first element, what is the 8th element? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, for this is the 8th element. If we consider this as the first, for this is the 8th element. So fluorine, chlorine, they have same property. Like that he arranged. Okay, here hydrogen has the same property that of fluorine, fluorine has the same property of chlorine. Like that he arranged the 56 elements. Okay, like that he arranged, that is 56 elements in the form of octaves. That is, first element and eighth element has same property, first and eighth. If you take this as the first element, its eighth element has its same property. Like that, he arranged the 56 elements. But there are instances of two elements being fitted in the same slot. See here. Here he fitted two elements in the same slot, that is cobalt and nickel as the same slot, and he couldn't able to follow this classification after the discovery of noble gases. That is, neon is the noble gas. After the discovery of noble gas, he couldn't able to continue their classification because neon occupy the space between the fluorine and sodium. Based on its atomic mass, it should be placed near to the fluorine and sodium. So this classification is completely collapsed, isn't it? Now this is become eighth element. If the neon is introduced in between these two elements, now which one? This become what? Sulfur becomes what? The eighth element. Fluorine and sulfur totally properties are different. So he couldn't able to follow the classification. He couldn't able to follow the classification for further upcoming elements. So the law of octaves was not valid for the elements that has atomic mass higher than that. Up to calcium you can follow. Up to the atomic mass number 20 we can follow. Below that is above the atomic mass of calcium we cannot follow this periodic table. Students, once again, can you follow me? This table contains 56 elements. How he arranged means first element and eighth element have same properties. Like that he should arrange. But after the discovery of the noble gases like neon, he couldn't able to follow that because neon must be placed between fluorine and sodium. So now fluorine become eighth element, but chlorine become ninth element for fluorine, and sulfur become the eighth element for fluorine. So they does not. So his classification, that is Newland's classification, it is restricted only for 56 elements because in his period only 56 elements are there and he arranged all according to this method. Okay, he did not leave any space for the new elements. And after the discovery of the noble gas like neon, argon, this classification couldn't able to continue. So he also not succeeded in the classification of elements. Okay. The next one is Mendeleev's periodic table. As I said already, he is called as the pioneer of periodic table. His table also has lot of demerits, but also he only pay a way how it can be classified. Okay, after that only from his table only Moseley formulated, and now what we are following is okay. So Mendeleev's periodic table can be called as pioneer. He can be called as pioneer of periodic table. Okay, we can classify that periodic table into two, old and new. Okay, that is old periodic table was Mendeleev's based on atomic mass. Okay, his classification is based on atomic mass, and the modern periodic table, that is what we following now, proposed by Moseley based on atomic number. Okay, so Mendeleev classified the elements in the year 18. His classification was proposed in the year 1869. He was a Russian chemist and his full name is Dmitry Mendeleev. Okay, Dmitry Mendeleev. He is a Russian scientist. Okay, he tried to arrange all the elements according to the atomic mass because he thought that the properties of the elements is mainly based on atomic mass. Okay, so he proposed the law. That what law means? According to him, the physical and chemical properties of the element is according to the atomic mass. Okay, so the element's total property depends upon the nucleus. That means atomic mass means what? Proton and neutron together only contributing the properties for the elements as her assumption. So he chose atomic mass as his basic for the classifying the elements. Okay, and his table also contains 56 elements only. He arranged all the elements into a, that is his classification contains columns and periods. Columns and that is vertical columns. For example, consider this is a table like this. This is a table. Okay, the vertical columns. This is the columns. Okay, first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. His column has totally 8 columns. The vertical columns, he named this column as groups. First group, second group, third group, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this horizontal rows. 1, 2, 3, like that. The horizontal rows he named it as periods. Okay, so in his table, like this table, his table contains totally 8 columns and how many rows? 7 rows. Okay, so vertical columns, important question is in the 10th standard also. You will learn the periodic classification. There also you will learn Mendeleev's and Moseley's periodic table. Okay, so when you are learning, learn clearly. Okay, ma. So his table, the vertical columns that are present in his table are named as groups, and his table totally contains 8 columns, and horizontal rows totally 7, and he named the rows as periods, and he divide each column into 2. Again he divide each column into 2, that is A and B. A and B. First column, isn't it? First group contains, again it was subdivided into 2, A and B. Like that, second group, again it is classified into A and B to place the elements according to their physical and chemical properties. Okay, but he also not succeeded because in his table lot of demerits were found because he determined wrong atomic mass for several elements. For example, beryllium. See, beryllium atomic mass is actually 14, but he mentioned it as 9, and beryllium was placed in 14th position in the periodic table. Okay, in his table he has given 14th according to increasing order of atomic mass only he arranged. See, hydrogen has the atomic mass 1. So the first place for which one? Hydrogen elements. Okay, the second one, lithium. Okay, because the hydrogen's atomic mass is 1.008. For example, hydrogen atomic mass is 1.008. Then lithium, because it has atomic mass 6.939. So like that, increasing order of atomic mass, he arranged all the elements. Like that, the beryllium should be placed in 14th position, but he placed in the 9th position. So it is totally wrong. Okay, so in many places he kept 2 elements in the same group. Same groups. Okay, first to his merit of his table, that is he assigned wrong atomic mass for several elements. The next one, that is he arranged 2 elements in the same groups. And he couldn't able to follow the increasing order of the atomic mass. That is, according to his classification, the basic is he arranged all the 56 elements in the increasing order, but till last he couldn't able to follow because he disarranged. Okay, because beryllium should be placed in which position? 14th position, but he placed in the 9th position. Like that, many elements were mismatched. That means, for example, 121 after only what should be placed? 126. After that only 127, isn't it? For example, 121. After that, what we have to keep? 126. After that only 127. But if you see in the book, page number 140, students, page number 140, if you take the table, you can see what are the demerits that he did in that table. Okay, so that table you take, page number 140, 8 columns, 8 columns are there, that is 8 groups and 7 rows are there. In that, what I am saying now, demerits, beryllium should be kept in the 14th position, but he kept in the 9th position. And another one demerit, what he did means, he couldn't able to arrange all the elements in the increasing order. For example, 121 after 126 after 127. But his table 120 and after he placed 127. Okay, 127. You can see, you just check these 3 numbers in the table, you can find it. Okay, so he couldn't able to follow this till last, but he in this place he has left some vacant space. Okay, Newlands, that is previous classification, we found only 56 elements were arranged and no place for the upcoming elements. He placed some vacant space for the upcoming elements. Okay, he placed some vacant space for the upcoming elements, and he named that few elements, he assumed that. Okay, and he named that element as Eka aluminum and Eka silicon. Eka aluminum and Eka silicon. Okay, va? So he thought that in future some elements can be found out similar to this atomic number. He predicted in future these elements can be identified, and that element is unknown element. He doesn't know. Till now it was not discovered, but he predicted future it can be found. So for that element, now itself he give named as Eka unknown element. That is Eka aluminum and Eka silicon. Like his prediction, future they discovered germanium. He predicted like these elements can be found out in future. Like that, germanium has been discovered. Okay, and also he placed hard metals with the soft metals. Okay, for example, copper, silver, these all are included. These are called as what metals? Mean hard metals. It has kept with the soft metals like sodium and potassium. Okay, sodium and potassium can be cut with a knife, isn't it? It is the metal, have the properties of metal, but they are very soft. But they were kept along with the hard metals like copper and silver. That is one of his demerit. The next demerit, he did not give a proper position for hydrogen. Okay, because hydrogen was placed for example, first he placed hydrogen, next lithium, okay, next sodium. These groups, when you take this group, they should have same property, but hydrogen property is totally different from lithium and sodium because these are metals. So he did not give proper place for which one? Hydrogen. That is one of the demerit. Okay, then he couldn't able to follow the increasing order of atomic mass was not followed. Okay, cobalt and nickel has been kept in the same. For example, cobalt and nickel, tellurium and iodine were kept in the same columns. Okay, so these are the some of the demerits of whose table means Mendeleev's periodic table. And also I said that, isn't it? He predicted some element. Mendeleev predicted that in future nearly the atomic mass nearly about 72 will be found out earlier. Like that they found out germanium with 72.59. Okay, can you able to follow? Some vacant space he kept. Why he kept means in future new elements can be found out. And some new elements he predicted. In future these elements can be discovered. And what's the atomic mass he predicted means 72. 72. But later on the element with 72.59 was predicted. That is called as germanium. He said that their color may be gray color. Like that, germanium color, what is discovered later also, dark gray. Okay, so his predictions comes to true. So only he kept some vacant place, but some demerits also there. Once again, I am saying the demerit. One demerit is hard metals were kept along with the soft metals. No proper position he has given to hydrogen. Hydrogen was kept along with the metals. The next one, he did not follow the increasing order of atomic mass because I said no 121 after he kept to 127. After that only 126. So he couldn't able to follow the increasing order of the atomic mass. Next one, he determined wrong atomic mass for several elements. For an example is beryllium. He gave the atomic mass 9, but actually it was found to be 14. So these are the demerits of what? Mendeleev's periodic table. Even though he is called as the pioneer of periodic table, because the next scientist Moseley's periodic table was formulated from his. Okay, these demerits were overcome by the next scientist Moseley. There he followed atomic number. Instead of atomic mass, he followed what? Atomic number. Okay, students. So the next class we will briefly discuss about the modern periodic table. Thank you. Students, here one important questions are there. Just to learn what is the modern, that is what is the periodic law, what is Mendeleev's periodic law. It is on page number 139. Okay, it's darkly mentioned with red color letters. You can see the pink color letters like that. It is mentioned the physical and chemical properties of the elements or the periodic functions of their atomic mass. That question you should learn. Okay, so the next class we will study the Moseley's periodic table briefly. Thank you, students.